Welcome back to my channel. This is the second video in a series of pulling cameras out of the closet. I'm still using my iPhone SE to record this video. In the first video I did use the iPhone SE, and if you watched that you could tell that the audio wasn't all that great. So what I did is I switched to a lavalier mic plugged into the iPhone SE now. So hopefully the video is better, but this is a nice little trick that you can do. I got this off of Amazon for $10, maybe $15 or so, and the little adapter comes for the iPhone SE and above. The quarantine is still going on here in northern New Jersey. I live about 12 miles from the New York City line, the George Washington Bridge. Things seem to be pretty desperate in New York City, but life is going on here. Not normal, but it's still moving along here in northern New Jersey. I mean, people are quarantined, people are taking steps to stay away from each other, social distancing. People don't seem to be raiding the stores as much, although there is no paper products in the store. But hopefully in the next few weeks that will change. The governors, Governor Murphy, Governor Cuomo, keep on telling us that the worst is yet to come, and I hope that's not true, but we'll see. So that's a little short update on what's going on here in northern New Jersey. But now let's talk about this camera. This is the Canon G10. It came out in 2008. It was listed as a prosumer camera. It has almost all the features that a DSL has, except for an interchangeable lens. This is a fixed lens. Let's just power it up and you can see. It's a fixed lens that extends. It has all types of functions here where you can change it just like a DSLR. You can, set the aperture speed, the aperture opening, the speed, put it on manual, custom settings, scenes, change your ISO, change where your focus point is, do a lot of different changes. This is really a great camera. I bought this camera used, I say maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. A good friend of mine had this camera. He let me play with it a little bit, and I just loved it. And I purchased one from B&H. I purchased a used one. When this camera originally came out, the list price on it was about $500, $550. I purchased this camera, I think, for about $200. That's like 5 years ago. And now they're selling on eBay for $50. So this camera really did not keep its value, but then again, most cameras don't. But like I said, I do love this camera. I think this is a great camera. The only problem with this camera is that it takes really, really, really poor video. It takes video so poor that you would think, number one, that the lens was broken, the focus was not working. It's just the worst video ever. If this camera had some good video to it, this would be a great camera to have. But we're going to go outside in a little bit with this camera. We're going to play around with it, take some photos. I'll bring my tripod out and we'll talk a little bit about some of the photos that we're taking and some of the settings that we had. All right, now we're outside with our Canon Powershot G10. We're going to take a couple of photos with it. It's a beautiful spring day. We have the forsythia blooming behind us. They're always a good subject. The colors are always vibrant. So I'm going to power the camera on. I set the ISO to auto. I guess maybe one, I'm a little lazy, but two, let the camera go and do the calculations for today. My first couple of shots will be on aperture priority, AV, on a Canon camera. So let's go and take a couple of shots here. So one of the issues with this camera is that through the viewfinder you can't get the information that you get on the screen in the back. So we're going to use the screen in the back to see if we can get a little focus point here. And now we got one. Let's do a zoom in so we get some good bokeh going. So we're going to focus in right here on this point and see what we can get. And we'll focus at a little further point, just in case. Okay. So we're going to step over here. I'm going to step behind the camera, and I'm just going to get a shot of this setup so you guys get an idea of what I'm doing here. And as I said, we're outside, so there is a lot of noise. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn the camera around, and we're going to get a shot of the backyard here. And let me just level this up. Okay. And I'm using Filmic Pro, so it has some nice settings here. So I'm going to pick a spot here just to do autofocus, and maybe pick a nice spot over here to lock in the white balance. So I'm going to take a picture of this scene here. And I'm going to put it on the famous P setting. See where we get a little picture of that backyard gym there. Did a nice tight shot, and now I'm going to zoom back and get a wide shot. What I do is I'm going to meter off the sky, and then I'm going to come back down and get that wide shot again. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go and set this camera, take a video. So we're going to leave it on auto as they suggest. Put on the camera icon. Alright, what I'm going to do first though is a little trick I've learned. I'm just going to set it back to P, and I'm going to focus on that climbing gym back there. So I lock the focus, and now I'm going to put it on the camera icon. And now I'm going to shoot some video. Alright, and that's about 15 seconds of video. So I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to fold up our tripod and go back inside. You're going to see these along as I talk about them in the video. So thanks a lot, and we'll go in and we'll close the video. Thank you. So thank you for tuning into my channel. I hope this video inspired you to go into your closet, pull out some old equipment and play with it, and maybe find some features and some things that you really liked, and maybe put it back in the rotation of gear that you're going to use. We're going to actually use this camera some more to shoot some stills with, and I'll post them up maybe in my Instagram site, and I'll list a link below for that. But I will not use this camera next time to shoot video. I think we're going to use the iPhone SE again to shoot the next video, and then we move on to a different camera that has a little bit better video quality. So thanks a lot. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye now.